So you're thinking about moving to Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and you're wondering, is it worth it? Well, today, Stefan and I are going to discuss with you whether it was worth it to us. And we're going to get started right now.
If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Virginia's mountains and valleys, where to eat, where to play, where to sleep, what to do, then click on that subscribe button and touch that bell icon so you can be the first to be notified about all the current real estate market information in Virginia's mountains and valleys. Hi, my name's Stefan Gleason.
Hey, my name's Leslie Gleason.
And we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you who are looking to make a move to Virginia's mountains and valleys, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. That information's all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your move to Virginia's mountains and valleys as smooth as possible. Now, as Leslie mentioned in today's video, we want to talk to you about moving to Virginia. The question is it worth it? And that can be a big decision if you're moving from across country or from somewhere else, and we understand that because several years ago, Leslie and I, we made a move back to Virginia. We lived out in Virginia for many years in the Northern Virginia area. All of our children were born here in Virginia, but we had moved out. A couple of different jobs that I'd taken moved us around the country, and we ended up in Illinois. Now we were in Southern Illinois, down near St. Louis, Missouri, but we lived there and for many years. And so as we're living in Illinois, there's just things happen and life happens, I guess you could say, and you have a job, and I'm very thankful for the job jobs that I've always had, but it just kind of got to the point where the job was wearing on me, and it was time to make a change, and she could be the one to attest to that.
It was time for a change.
And so we kind of always had a desire to be back in Virginia and the beautiful valleys out here. Always loved it. And
he always said if we were going to retire, we were going to retire to the Shenandoah Valley. Yeah. And it just happened sooner than we thought.
It did. And obviously we're not retired, but moved out here for another job, which I no longer have, because now I get to do real estate every day and help people find homes and help people sell their homes and move those types of things. And so, it was really a big change for us, and it wasn't a light decision. It was a hard decision. I mean, when all your kids have grown up in a certain place and to move out of that area, it's a big decision.
And we have family.
And we had family there. Yeah, we had family there as well. So it was a really, really big decision for us. And no doubt, if you're thinking about making a move for a change of your quality of life or for a job, something like that, it's a big decision for you. So hopefully in our video today, we can just share with you a few things that were big to us. And, some of the reasons why we made a move to Virginia and we were confident about it. So that being said, I think there are several advantages of living in Virginia as opposed to where we lived in Illinois. Okay. And I think now where we lived in Illinois, there was a good sense of community there, but I think even out here in Virginia, there's even a stronger sense of community.
Definitely. So, I mean, Southern hospitality is not lost here in the state of Virginia. And so, for example, there is a Facebook group, and on that Facebook group, people put out there, things for sale or whatever, talking community wise. Hey, something's happening. We're in this neighborhood or that one. So one day there was this lady who put out there that she had some extra eggs for sale. And while we're taping this video, the egg shortage is for real and the prices of eggs is crazy. Yep. So I messaged the lady and asked her, hey, I see you have some eggs out there. Do you mind if I come by and pick them up? She just lives up the road from me. So she said, yeah, come on over. And I asked her when I got there, I said, hey, how much do you want for the eggs? And she was like, oh, nothing. I was like, wait, eggs are crazy right now. You don't want anything? And she was like, no, I don't want anything. This is something that I'm able to do for our community, for those people who are just wanting some eggs, some farm fresh eggs. So no, I don't want anything. Every time I go over there, I message her, hey, do you have extra eggs? She says, yes. Can I give you something for them? No. So that is just the sense of community that you have around here.
Yeah, her hens are laying eggs. There's no doubt about that. And it's just real cool, you know. And I mean, so every couple of weeks we get a fresh set of eggs over there. And that's kind of one of the things about some of the smaller communities here in the area. And I mean, there's towns here in the Shenandoah Valley. Harrisonburg's the largest. It's about 55,000 people. Charlottesville is about 48,000 people. So those are the largest cities around the area here. And other than that, you've got towns of 25,000, 20,000, 7,000. And so there's a variety. And of course, you have real little small towns too. But it seems to us that there's really a neat sense of community here that even above what we had when we lived in Illinois. Of course, I think as far as Illinois, we lived in a part of Illinois along the river, so the river bluffs, and it was pretty.
It was pretty,
but unfortunately, they don't compare.
Not to the mountains out here.
They don't compare to the mountains at all. And in the fall of the year, the change of the colors and
definitely.
And
we love our valleys and our mountains out here. It's better than flat.
Especially where Leslie grew up in Illinois. It was
near Terre Haute, Indiana. It is just farm ground, and when he first met me, he was like, how far do you live from the nearest town? It was 17 miles to the nearest town, and it was flat. So this is definitely an improvement.
The nearest town that had anything in it. Anyway.
True.
Yeah. And so, for excitement, they used to watch the corn grow. But
it never gets old.
It never gets old. So, but no, like I say, there's just the beauty out here. And the neat thing about the mountains too is they change.
They do. It's what I like to call the ever-changing landscape. There is just always something new. We live near Mennonite farms, and there are sheep and cattle and chickens, and it's just fun to sit on my front porch and watch the sheep grazing across the way. It is just for us.
Yeah.
This has been worth it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And so, like I say, in addition to the beauty of the outdoor recreation, the Appalachian Trail, kayaking on rivers and canoeing on rivers, and just a multitude of things, hiking, just multitude after multitude of outdoor recreation activities here that are just in abundance of what we had, in the Illinois area. And I would say there's also a lot more trails out here in the towns out here in this area than we had back where we lived in Illinois. So another thing about Virginia that is definitely better than where we were in Illinois is the economy.
Right.
Here in Virginia, we see a lot of little small towns, 5,000, 7,000 people that have vibrant downtown areas. And while there's some of those are available where we were and all throughout Illinois, we see a lot of towns that are dying in Illinois.
We do.
And it just, I mean, small little farm towns that used to have 2,000-3,000 people that are down to 1,000 people now, and no business per se left in town other than maybe a Dollar General and a gas station, and so there's definitely a decline in the rural areas in Illinois as far as the population goes, whereas in Virginia it's still vibrant. It's still the small towns still have things to offer in them. I think another thing that's great about the economy here in Virginia versus Illinois is the opportunities for jobs, and
the amount of them.
The amount of jobs, exactly. And you can see that in the state's unemployment rates. This comparison here that you see on this slide, you can see that throughout 2022, the difference in the unemployment rate in Illinois versus Virginia. And so, I mean, you're almost twice as likely to be employed in Virginia as you were in Illinois. And like Leslie said, there's some good jobs here in Virginia as well. And even up here in the Shenandoah Valley, there's a lot of high-tech jobs and a lot of logistic type jobs, things like that up here in the valley. And but like I say, if you look at Illinois, whereas Virginia ranks in the top 10 or so states in the country, in November 2022, Illinois was the second highest unemployment rate in the entire United States and well over the unemployment rate national average of 3.7%. So like I said, I just really think there's a lot of opportunities for jobs here in the state of Virginia. Another thing is the declining population as well.
Yeah.
Now, while Virginia didn't grow much, it did grow slightly, as you can see on this slide. But if you look at Illinois, Illinois was the second largest population decline in the entire United States. I mean, there's a lot of people moving out of Illinois, and there's a multitude of reasons for that. Okay. And but if you put that 0.89% into actual numbers between July 2021 and July 2022, that's over 104,000 people that the population declined. So there were probably a lot more people that left Illinois, because you have births and everything in Illinois as well. But 104,000 people declined in that one particular year. Yeah. And wow, I mean, that's a lot of people leaving a state. A lot
of people leaving one state.
But no doubt, one of the reasons that people are probably moving out of Illinois is because of the amount of taxes that Illinois charges its citizens. We'll just start with property taxes, for example. You can see here that Illinois, the property tax rate in Illinois is the second highest in all of the United States after New Jersey. So what does that really mean? Well, what it really means when you break it down is that the average tax in Illinois is almost double, you can see here, what it is in Virginia. And as a matter of fact, I know we paid our taxes back in Illinois, our home, our size of our property, everything was about the same, but we paid $5,000 a year in taxes in Illinois, and we only pay $1,800 a year here. And when you're writing a check every month and you have your taxes escrowed in there, that's a considerable difference in your monthly payment that you're going to have to make that particular month.
Exactly. So again, state sales tax, the differences between the two states. Illinois is 6.25% and Virginia is 5.30%. There's a slight difference there. And when we talk about the median home value of the two states, Illinois home value around $200,000, Virginia around $282,000. So the value of our homes here in the state of Virginia are higher than they were in the state of Illinois.
But wait a minute. Doesn't that mean it's also more expensive to buy a home in the state of Virginia?
Yes, but the value of that home over a period of time, it's worth more in the state of Virginia because of the demand that is for those homes.
Yeah, especially in the rural areas of Illinois compared to the rural areas of Virginia. And of course, you would agree it's regional as well. I mean, larger cities, usually there's more demand than rural areas and things like that. But it depends.
But if you're looking at the entire state, those are.
Yeah, no, the entire state. And I think here in the mountains and valleys, it's definitely not like some of the areas in the state where it's incredibly low, but it's not like Northern Virginia or Richmond or the Tidewater area in some locations either, where it's incredibly high. You know, here in Virginia, I think it's a good balance here, and our homes increase in value a lot faster here than they did in Illinois. No doubt about that.
Yeah. So another thing that helps you in the affordability of the homes in each one of those states, after talking about the value, is looking at the median income per household. So in Illinois, we're looking at around $68,000, which is the number 17 highest in the states. Virginia is number 10, coming in at $76,000 on average. So yes, we make more money here in the state of Virginia than we do in Illinois, which helps with that affordability factor of a house that's priced higher in the state of Virginia than it is in Illinois. So in addition to the taxes and in the income rates of each one of those states, let's talk about the overall crime rate. As you can see here, Illinois and Virginia are pretty similar in the overall crime rate, although I would say I probably feel safer here in the rural areas of Virginia more so than I did in the rural areas of Illinois. But when we compare the violent crime rate between the two states, you're going to see that Illinois has a little over twice the rate as we do here in Virginia. So there's definitely a difference there.
Yeah, and of course there's different areas in each state, you know, where I'm sure the rates are higher or lower, but overall, the state of Virginia, just as a general comparison, those give you some ideas. And who knows? I mean, what's the future for Illinois? I don't know. And January 1st of this year, they enacted what they call the Safety Act in Illinois, which is there's no longer any bail set for certain crimes, and there's no pretrial detainment of individuals that commit certain crimes. You can see what some of those crimes are on there, up to second-degree murder. So I don't know. I know that a lot of people back in Illinois are very concerned about that because of the things that that may imply or may mean for them in the future. But we'll have to see how that pans out over the months and years to come. So, but again, like I say, and like Leslie said, I mean, overall, I think we feel relatively safe. Even when we lived in Northern Virginia, I mean, we felt safe there as well, you know. And like I say, there's different places certainly in different areas where you may not feel as safe. But I know that here, where we were, even in our towns like Harrisonburg and Charlottesville, our two biggest ones, I walk downtown anytime at night or wherever. It's really nice and feel very safe and very comfortable. So, but that being said, you know, I got to be honest, and we got to talk about a couple negatives here as maybe opposed to Illinois. Although, again, it depends where you are. Like where you grew up, this is probably better here than where you grew up in Illinois. 45 minutes from everything.
Right.
But
we're talking about the distance to get to everything.
Yeah, and I grew
even though I grew up 17 miles from the nearest location to get groceries and things like that, and
and I grew up near a major city.
You did.
So I had those things within a half an hour, 45 minutes of me. But you know, but here, you know, you don't have a large city here. That'd probably be one con. You don't have a large city entertainment. Like you're not gonna, if you want to go watch a professional baseball game, you're going to travel 2.5 hours to go to Washington D.C. to watch a game. Or if you want to go into a zoo or something like that, there's little zoos around the counties and towns out here, but like the National Zoo or the St. Louis Zoo back in Missouri, you know, all of those places are, you know, you're gonna have to travel a ways to get there. And that's kind of the other thing too, because not every town out here, and another kind, I would say, not every town has every store. Of course, I mean, it's not really a whole bunch different from back in Illinois either, but you know, you might have to go to, for example, we have to go to Harrisonburg to hit a Best Buy, or Charlottesville to get a Best Buy. But if we want to Target, we can go to Waynesboro, but not Stanton. So it just depends, you know, on where you're at and where those particular stores are. But again, like I say, we have everything that we need within 45 minutes of us, and then some, you know. And so, so this makes it kind of nice. But I would say, at the beginning of the video, we talked about, is it worth it? Right? And I would say, well, I'm going to let Leslie answer that, and I'll follow up on it. Is it worth it, Leslie?
It's definitely been worth it, just to have, I guess, better peace of mind, better getting him out of corporate world and being able to do real estate with me. It's definitely been worth it. With something that we couldn't have done in Illinois. And those were the pros and cons that we had to weigh out when we did make the move. You know, how many thousands of or hundreds, not thousands, hundreds of miles did we travel from Illinois?
Seemed like it.
It seemed like it. Yeah, it took us a little while, but you know, it was definitely worth it for us to be able to move, even if we are away from our family. Thankfully, with modern technology, they're only a phone call or a video call away.
So. And I remember when we left, it's like, did I really make the right decision? That's always your first thought. And after being out here for just a few months, even, it was like, I mean, it's just something about it.
It took us a while to unwind.
Yeah, it took it, and there's just something about it though. And if you ask me, would I do it over again? I'd do it over again.
Absolutely.
In a heartbeat. I'd do it over again.
Absolutely.
In a heartbeat.
I'm having deja vu.
I do not regret our decision one bit. And we love it out here, and we love working with folks out here in the area. And we love working with folks that come into the area from the outside as well. And so like we say, if you're looking for a home, if you're looking to sell your home here in the area, you know, we'd be happy to help you, you know, give you an idea of what your home value is, and get the most out of your home as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
And if you're looking to come into the area, or if you're looking to move from one side of town to the other to purchase, we'd be happy to help you so that you get the best price possible in a home. And so that being said, like I always say, if you're looking for a home or looking to sell a home, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Give Leslie a call, talk to her.
Wow, okay. I love talking to you. You can call me.
Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The information's all in the description below. And we really want to help you make your move to or around Virginia as smooth as possible. And other than that, I think it's 2 thumbs up for Virginia.
Absolutely.
And like we always say at the end of our videos, until next time, we'll see you around town.